Observe my Sabbaths. Okay, so let's talk about Sabbath. Fourth commandment, Exodus 20, 8 through 11. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but on the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son or your daughter, nor your male or female slave, nor your animals, nor your foreigner residing in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, but he rested on the seventh day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. So let's look at context of the Sabbath in their day, and then we'll talk about it today. The Israelite was commanded to rest on Shabbat. Now, Shabbat is Sabbath. It's the same. Shabbat is the same word, and that is from sundown on Friday to sunset on Saturday. That is the Sabbath, and they are directed here to do no work. The Sabbath was established in Exodus 16 when manna was first given, right? So Exodus is the story of God rescuing Israel from the bondage in Egypt. You have the plagues, then you have the Exodus, you have the parting of the Red Sea, and now they're on the opposite side. They're on the Sinai Peninsula, on the other side of the Red Sea, and you have a problem. You have all of these Israelites that they need food, and God feeds them in manna, these bread-like substance that tasted like, coriander and honey, these wafers that would appear in the morning, and they would go and collect them. And Exodus 16 gives ordinance for this, and an interesting thing happens. Friday morning, a double portion of these wafers, of this manna, is able to be harvested. But then on Saturday, on the Sabbath, none is there. And another interesting element, the manna would go bad after a day. You would eat it then, you would get your provision for that day, and the next day, if you tried to save it, it would go bad. But the manna collected on Friday would stay good until Sunday morning when the new manna would be there. This is being their Sabbath being Friday night into Saturday night. So the day they don't work is on Saturday. And this is precedence for not working, not going around and collecting food. Exodus 16, 21 through 26. Each morning, everyone gathered as much as they needed, and when the sun grew hot, it melted away. On the sixth day, they gathered twice as much, 2 omers for each person, and the leaders of the community came and reported this to Moses. He said to them, "This is what the Lord commanded. Tomorrow is to be a day of Sabbath rest, a holy Sabbath to the Lord. So bake what you want to bake and boil what you want to boil. Save whatever is left and keep it until morning." So they saved it until morning as Moses commanded, and it did not stink or get maggots in it. "Eat it today," said Moses, "because today is a Sabbath to the Lord. You will not find any of it on the ground today. 6 days you are to gather it, but on the seventh day, the Sabbath, there will not be any." They were able to take the manna and bake it into cakes, or they were able to boil it, various different ways they could cook it. But this is the giving of Sabbath. This is the giving of Sabbath. And what do we see? God provides for everything that they need so that they do not have to work. God provides for them so they don't have to work. So, not wanting to break the fourth commandment, the Israelites created rules upon rules upon rules upon rules to make sure they don't even get close to breaking that first rule of keeping the Sabbath day holy. And so as a result, you go to Israel today and you can find Sabbath elevators. And the reason for this is that in some perspectives, if you ignite an electronic switch, it causes a spark. A spark is a form of a fire. Creating a fire is work. So therefore, you cannot turn on or off any electrical devices because you are creating a spark of energy and thus a fire, and thus you are working on the Sabbath. So there are elevators that on Shabbat will open and close on every single floor, and you go on, and then you wait until it gets to your floor, and you go off. Now, are you using the electricity that is there to go up and down? Yes, but did you push a button? No. No, you did not. It's an interesting element. Talking to friends that live in Israel, they love the way the people of Israel, even atheists that live in Israel, treat the Sabbath. Everyone is at home. All the shops are closed down. Everyone does dinner together. So that is how they celebrate it today. But what about us? What are we supposed to do? Right? Are we supposed to keep the Sabbath? It's a commandment, right? We're supposed to keep it holy. So is the Sabbath supposed to be Friday night to Saturday night? So are we supposed to be going to church on Saturday, like the Seventh-day Adventists do? Is that supposed to be the Sabbath day? Well, is it wrong that we celebrate it on Sunday? Do I have to go to church on Sunday? Mark 2:23 through 27. One Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and as the disciples walked along, they began picking some heads of grain. The Pharisees said to him, "Look, why are they doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath?" He answered, "Have you never read what David did when he and his companions were hungry and in need in the days of Abiathar, the high priest? He entered the house of God and ate the consecrated bread, which is lawful only for the priest to eat. And he also gave some to his companions. Then he said to them, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath." Jesus establishes that the Sabbath is something that is to benefit us. It's not something that is supposed to be a rule or a law, but it's supposed to be something that rejuvenates us and blesses us. So how do we apply this to our lives today? By taking a Sabbath rest. Yes, we are called to rest. God, in creation, gave us an example. 6 days he created, on the seventh day he rested. Was he tired? God is self-sufficient. He never gets tired. He never needs a rest. He did that as an example for us. If God did it, we should do it. So it is a call for us to take a day in which we don't work. Now, you have to decide as a family what that means for you on that day. What I love to do with my family when we do a true Sabbath rest day is we don't work. We do things as a family. We might go on a hike. We might watch a movie together, but it's time spent together as a family, but we most certainly make sure to take time in prayer and reading the Bible together. It is to rest from our work and enjoy fellowship together. Do we do this every week? No, we do not. Is Sunday our Sabbath? No, Sunday is not our Sabbath. Sunday is a long day with a lot of activities. It's very busy. And when we get home Sunday afternoon, we're often exhausted. I usually end up going early. I play on the worship team, stay through the end, talking with people. We have home group often after, and then we go to home group, and then we come home and we're exhausted. So when we take a Sabbath, we take it as an additional day independent. Now, am I breaking what commandment is it? The fourth commandment by not doing it precisely? What does Colossians 2:16 and 17 say? Therefore, do not let anyone judge you by what you eat or drink, or with regard to a religious festival, a new moon celebration, or a Sabbath day. They're a shadow of the things that were to come. The reality, however, is found in Christ. Take a Sabbath because God designed it for you to bless you and give you rest. But what you make of it when you do it, I believe that is up to you and your family to decide. Moving on, verse 4. Do not turn to idols or make metal gods for yourselves. I am the Lord your God.
This has been a production of Iron Sheep Ministries.